Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. I am your ghost host, Wes Troop, and we've got a lot to cover this week, so let's get right into the weekly news roundup. Disney has officially announced the return of the infamous Hatbox Ghost character in Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. The limited-time magic reappearance of the ghoul will begin in May, just in time for the 60th anniversary Diamond Celebration. Who could have figured that? The Hatbox Ghost had a brief stint in the mansion in 1969 and was removed but developed a cult following. So if you're in the area, be sure to see the park legend while he's around. Yeah, I will be in Disneyland in May. The Haunted Mansion will be closed for refurbishment the first week of May. I'm there the second week of May. Let's just hope they unveil him, shall we say, that second week of May, and not like have a curtain over him until the Diamond Celebration begins the last week of May. That would just be horrible. I'm yanking a curtain if that's the if that's the case. But I think that is a brilliant idea. I've heard many stories of the Hatbox Ghost. Look him up on Google or whatnot if you haven't seen the Hatbox Ghost. Maybe we'll have to do a show sometime about this character if the history is long enough. But yes, definitely, I think this is a great idea, and I hope everyone who's a big fan can get a chance to see him in the mansion. Speaking of the Haunted Mansion, the Gracey Manor Ghouls scared off the competition, beating Disneyland Space Mountain in the finals of the March Magic Tournament. Oh yeah! Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion took this year's win after being the runner-up last year to Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean. Now you see, Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean, you didn't win this year because you were closed last year when I was there, so, suck it, Pirates. But very glad to see Haunted Mansion winning the second ever Magic, I almost said the Magic Mike tournament, jeez. Yes, stripping ghouls, evidently. That's why they won. The second ever March Magic tournament. I do love Disneyland Space Mountain. Gotta give it to the Haunted Mansion. Now my big question here is, what does the HitchHiking Host Show get since the Haunted Mansion won the tournament? Hopefully a lot of funding and free trips, but I won't be holding my breath on that one. Speaking of Disneyland's Diamond Celebration, which I will be for a while now, more additions have been added, including updates to the Matterhorn Bobsleds and Peter Pan's flight attractions. First, the Matterhorn will see the abominable snowman get some new effects, and will let guests see him as they never have before. Naked. Yeah, well, evidently he is naked, but and also Peter Pan's flight will also have a reimagined nursery scene with new special effects. So that's cool. The Matterhorn, I think, could definitely use an update for effects. I mean, I hate to use Expedition Everest as a comparison because we all know the Yeti is broken. But you look at that Yeti, as much as you can see him, you put it next to the abominable snowman, and yeah, it is abominable. He basically looks like a cardboard cutout. You go past him and you go, so it's fun to see. It is, and but I put on my ride through video of the Matterhorn for people who have never seen it before. And I'll say, all right, the snowman's coming up. You got to look for him. And they're like, oh, so cool. But then you drive by and they're like, that's it, So I think anything will do to make that a better effect. And Peter Pan's flight, we love the new queue in Walt Disney World. This sounds like they're reimagining the actual scene by the information I got. In that, as soon as you enter the ride, when, the first scene when off to Neverland, that scene. So we'll have to see what that's about. Of course, Peter Pan's flight will be closed while I'm there, but you take the good with the bad. Those are the facts of life, folks. I think I've quoted that show too many times on this show. But anyway, it may also be hard to believe, but tickets are now on sale for the annual special event holiday parties at Walt Disney World. Yeah, in case you're thinking of Halloween or Christmas right now, which who isn't? You can purchase your passes for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party right now. Certain dates have different prices. I actually don't remember that from last year, but that might be new. I really don't remember. The earlier you go, the cheaper the ticket price. So, you know, if you go to the first, second, or third party, that's better off. So, if you're planning your vacation to do one of those, plan it early. The Halloween party will be held select nights from September 15th to November 1st, and the Christmas party November 8th to December 18th. Like December 18th is like $80-some instead of like November 8th, which is like 60-some. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Single day tickets for Night of Joy are also available now. It will take place September 11th and September 12th, and 2-day tickets are also available. Check out the Disney Parks website for ticket information and if you would like to order some. We've covered both parties, the Halloween and the Christmas parties, on this show, so be sure to go back and check out the episodes if you haven't, if you're interested in what goes down during each. I think it is worth it. If you're going, I definitely would. If you're going during either time, I personally like the Christmas party better, which is, a lot of people prefer the Halloween, but I prefer the Christmas party. Maybe because I like Christmas more than Halloween, maybe. But I really enjoyed both. So I think it's well worth the money to check them out. Also, speaking of special events, if you're heading to Star Wars weekends at Disney's Hollywood Studios this year, you might want to consider the Feel the Force premium package. The package includes reserved seating for the Legends of the Force, Star Wars Celebrity Motorcade, a selection of a snack and drinks, as well as a Symphony in the Stars fireworks dessert party, where you'll have a selection between Darth Vader and Yoda cupcakes, and alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and a special view of the fireworks. And get this, you can even upgrade the package. Oh, Disney, you and your upgrading. To include the opportunity to follow the motorcade down Hollywood Boulevard. So, you know, as you go down, they can go, who are these guys? These must be extras from episode 7. I don't know who these people are. But anyway, get prime seating for the celebrity talk shows and receive priority access to Darth Maul, the best shop ever. Different packages vary on prices, so if you're interested, check out StarWarsWeekends.com. Yes, if you have even more money to blow on your vacation, you might want to consider that. I've never done one of the dessert parties, but for this event, it might be worth it because it does get packed. Definitely some cool stuff going down in the parks. Love the Haunted Mansion stuff, obviously. This is the HitchHiking Host Show. Of course we love the Haunted Mansion stuff. But let's talk about our main topic of discussion for the week. We're going to change it up a little bit and cover a restaurant. This is a restaurant that a lot of people enjoy, and I enjoy it. I've eaten there quite a few times, and we're going to talk about the 50's Primetime Cafe. One of the most beloved restaurants in Disney's Hollywood Studios is the 50's Primetime Cafe. It's not just known for its great family-themed meals, but for the theming and cast members who make it a dining experience like no other. One of the first of the then MGM Studios restaurants opened in 1989. The restaurant transports us back to the time of the 1950s as first seen outside of the restaurant with its Art Deco and modern Los Angeles designs. As you enter the establishment, you'll notice televisions all around playing scenes from classic sitcoms, from The Dick Van Dyke Show to Father Knows Best. I have to work on them getting this show played on there. After checking in, you're invited to sit in Dad's Den, which features television sets, coffee tables, and some comfortable couches to sit on while you wait. When your table is ready, the cast member will call your party of kids, quote unquote, into the dining room. We're all kids here, ladies and gentlemen. Even 95-year-old Uncle Edgar. I don't know who that is, but anyway. As you enter the main restaurant, you'll notice spectacular details, bringing you right into the 1950s environment. Along with the retro televisions at the tables, you'll see an array of toasters, blenders, and knickknacks such as cookie jars, rooster items, and Coca-Cola stuff of the times spread throughout the restaurant. Once seated, you'll be greeted by a cast member who will be your waiter. Usually called Aunt Jill or Cousin Tiffany, for example. They give you the rules of the table. It's very important to keep your elbows off the table, as they will hound you all throughout dinner if you don't. The servers are not afraid to embarrass anyone and have sent many a guest to stand in the corner if they don't follow the rules. If there's some vegetables left on your plate, they'll take your fork and do the airplane style of trying to get you to eat it. You know, here comes the airplane, open up wide, yeah. The dinner menu features 50s inspired home-cooked meals such as meatloaf, fried chicken, and pot roast. There are also appetizers such as salads, soups, and onion rings. The prices are somewhat reasonable on Disney standards, around the $14 to $20 range for dinners and $6 to $10 range for appetizers. If you clean your plate, you could also have dessert, which has some great choices like the peanut butter and jelly milkshake or Dad's Sunday brownie, all ranging around the $5 mark. $5 milkshake, hey! The Disney dining plan is accepted here for one table service credit and is well worth it. If you're a fan of the 1950s, home-style cooking, and a different experience from the cast members, make the 50s Primetime Cafe a prime eating destination on your vacation. Yes, I went here 3 times. I've eaten at the Primetime Cafe. The first time, it was on my first trip when I was 8 years old. And I remember sort of being horrified of the waitress. like she was like a demon or something. Like, oh my God, you know. You know, and I sort of was like, I don't need to go there again. But I was a kid that was scared of everything, as you can tell. So don't take that. If you have little kids, I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Just tell them, you know, they're being funny. They're not actually being mean. Then I went in 2011 for the first time since then, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere. I could appreciate it more because I was older. I really appreciated all the little details that they put into the restaurant. The waitress was funny. She was actually a younger girl, so she was cute. So that was that was good. And then I went again in 2012 and had another young lady waitress. And she was really funny too. It's all about the experience of being there, seeing this 1950s restaurant, and having these waitresses make fun of you, kind of, not anything mean, but they'll make you stand in the corner. Look up YouTube. There's a lot of embarrassing moments for little kids and adults that have to stand in the corner or yell or whatever. It's hysterical when it's not you, of course. But then when they come to you, it's like, oh no. I think they've both times in the last few years I've gone, they've had to spoon feed me like the airplane, because every meal comes with green beans, and I am not a huge vegetable person. So I tell them before they come back, they stare at me, and I go, all right, here's the deal. I do not eat green beans. I had a few, and that's more than anyone else gets out of me. So they're like, okay, one more spoonful. And so I'm like, okay. And then they do that, and then we're good. But so just right off the bat, tell them, you know that if you're not into green beans. The food itself, I got the sampler platter one time, which has all the meat, the chicken, the pot roast. Very good. I recommend that, especially if you're on a dining plan, because what does it matter? You can get whatever you want. So you might as well get the most expensive thing on the dining plan if it's something you would like to try. I've had chicken by itself. Yeah. All very good food. It's not 5-star quality, but the experience sort of makes up for that. The desserts, I had, I don't remember exactly what it was called. I don't remember if it was the Dad Sunday Brownie or not, but it has caramel popcorn on it, and it's like a sundae. Awesome thing. I know I posted it back in 2012 on Instagram. Food-wise and dining-wise, I definitely would recommend the Primetime Cafe. It is one of my favorite restaurants that are in the parks, definitely in Hollywood Studios. So it's definitely worth it. There are rumors going around that it could be gone if the Star Wars Land stuff happens. I'm not sure about that. We'll see what happens. They just moved that Frozen show over into that old American Idol theater, so they may not. I'm not exactly sure where the line is that the Star Wars Land would begin or end, but that I don't know what the. I know Indiana Jones has been rumored to possibly be gone, and Primetime's like right next to that, but I don't know if that's where the the line in the sand would be or not for where the Star Wars expansion would go into. But they could always move the Primetime Cafe. I would hate for them to move all that, but at least you would still have it. I'm not sure what the fate of the Primetime Cafe will be in the next few years, but I would recommend you check it out. Alright, well that's all the time we've got for this time. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/HitchHostShow. You can like the Facebook page, facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Follow us on the Twitter and the Instagram @HitchHostShow. As you see, I've been posting pics of the day every weekday, and putting up a Ride Day Friday video. So we'll see what happens this week. But make sure you check those out. Until next time, don't forget to
hurry back
for another episode. See ya.